Welcome to Sentinel Talk Show. My name is Dr. Laruskaya, and I'm really pleased to be with you again. And today I have a very good friend, an author, a speaker, cybersecurity guru, Yuri with me. Yuri, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my friend. Glad to be here.
So, if I introduce you, I can talk lots about it. Please tell us, for the ones that don't know you, who you are, what you do.
Well, I wear many hats, right? As you know, I teach at the University of Texas at Dallas, at EC Council University, Trine University, all around cybersecurity. In the UT Dallas is a new cybersecurity class that I'm teaching there. At EC Council University is the bachelor degree, master in cybersecurity, and on the master degree as well. And at Trine University is information technology. And I have my full-time job as a principal PM manager at Microsoft, where I manage a team of PMs for our Defender for Cloud product.
And you're also an author. I know you
Yes.
have a book together, right?
Yeah. Published
Language
34
is
books
so
so
far.
far. One of those books is our bestseller, Cybersecurity Attack and Defense, for sure.
All right. So today we're going to speak about AI. For leaders thinking about enabling AI in the environment, what are some of the main risks that you can emphasize?
So I think that, as you know, Erdal, a lot of decision makers they are rushing to start building Gen AI to take advantage of the capabilities, which is super important. But at the same time, they are realizing that there are some risks involved, mainly when it comes to cybersecurity, and they are kind of deaccelerating this adoption. They are also a little afraid when it comes to the AI threats. Um, as a matter of fact, there is a report from Dark Trace, which is the state of AI cybersecurity from 2025, that talks a little bit about that. What are the main inhibitors for organizations' ability to defend against um, power AI powered threats? And what is interesting about this study is that it talks about the readiness. Right, many organizations they feel like they are not ready from the tooling perspective. They don't have the right set of tools to deal with AI yet. They also don't have personnel well trained to understand the threat landscape and the possible mitigations. So this really is causing this deacceleration of adoption. In one hand, right, for at least for large organizations, this is happening. Now there are other organizations that are more aggressive than they want to start really go full power in creating Gen AI apps, because there are two. If you think about the other, there are different ways, right? We can use AI to help our job from the tooling perspective, like Copilot integrated with the Office suite. That's more a control environment where you are using AI to help you do um, your job. This is way more mature, I would say, the adoption, and it is helping a lot of organizations to be more efficient with time and things like that, because it's very tailored to that purpose. I think, based on all these studies and what I've seen, is the skepticism starts when, okay, I want to actually build my own Gen AI app, and I want to train my model to learn about the data, and the ground data will be part of my own environment. That's where the skepticism and the rise set of skepticism is happening, because what are the threats when it comes to, you know train your model to learn about your own data? Because then you have to step back and think, if AI is going to learn about my own data, I should have some sort of data classification in place to avoid AI to learn about confidential data. Because it can be super easy if AI learn everything, and everything is part of one single big data now that AI is going to learn and provide answers based on that. This can be a problem because what if there are confidential data as part of the training that the AI just learned? Does that mean that AI is going to reveal? Well, most likely yes, because you never really classify the data. You never really put guardrails in place to avoid AI from disclosing. Because if it doesn't know it's confidential, it will not obey any sort of data classification method, right? So that's one big thing. Is actually the number one concern is data oversharing. There is also a study from the generative AI study, business rewards versus security risks from ISMG, that talks about this. 80% of the leaders and decision makers, they are really concerned about data oversharing and data leakage, which makes total sense, right?
You talked about many risks. I mean, AI, I think we all started to use it, but you mentioned many risks. And as Sentinel Talk Show aims to defeat cybercrime or to help C-level to mitigate this risk, what would your recommendation to tackle some of this risk that you mentioned?
Okay, so you cannot protect what you don't know you have it. It starts from there, right? It starts from understand what you already have, because one of the things that we see happening already is what we call shadow AI. Different departments of the organization starting to use different providers, models, platforms, and this can be a problem because if I have a group of developers creating AI, Gen AI apps using different models, and those models are not validated, you have no idea about the level of exposure. You have no idea about the data set, potential vulnerabilities of the data sets. You have no idea about where the data is being trained and which data is being used as ground data. Then you have a problem. So posture management is the number one thing that you need to do, is have the right level of visibility. And for that, you have what is called the AI security posture management. Is really identifying, scanning the environment, identifying the models that are in use, identifying the potential vulnerabilities, uh, and doing the overall hardening of the environment to use security best practices. So with this, you get visibility across the different models that have been used. You get set of understanding when it comes to potential vulnerabilities and secure best practice overall. So that's the proactive work that needs to be done so that you start your adoption already secure because you are applying all the secure best practices from the get-go.
Makes sense,
So
actually.
yeah, yeah. So and just to complement, right? Because this is the proactive work that needs to be done. Now, once you do the proactive work, you need to actively monitor against potential threats because threat actors will always try to attack, no matter how secure your environment is. So if you use assume breach, which is one of the key pillars of zero trust, you will understand that the mindset should be, okay, I'm going to get compromised at some point, so I need to react fast. And when it comes to AI, this react fast means having the right set of threat detections
It's
in
really cool.
place, so you can understand what threat actors are potentially trying to do, and either block or detect and trigger a series of workflows to really take actions to respond to potential threats. And one way that you can do that is ensuring that you have a threat detection platform that leverage the OWASP top 10 for LLM. which has the major potential attacks. It's not everything, but it is a really good set of attacks, very well known attacks against AI.
Perfect. All right. One other thing I remember is, remember when cloud was new, everybody was afraid of when, if, oh yeah, cloud is coming. Is cloud going to take our job away? Oh, this is coming. Is this going to take our job away? Now AI is coming, and many people are getting afraid that they're going to lose their jobs. I mean, I follow many leaders, and some of them actually say that AI is going to replace many tasks that humans do. But as an IT professional, regardless of your title, should we should we be worried about our jobs? Is AI going to replace Yuri or Erdal or anyone? What is your thought on that?
Well, is my thought on this is really looking at different areas, right? Because it's very we should not scare people so much into fear that, oh, you're gonna lose your job because of AI. It's not really like that. Of
Not
course,
really,
there
we
are there are some
losing our job.
jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course, there are some jobs that will be compromised, that will be replaced most likely because it is level one type of job. For example, there are already a lot of rumors that with agents, you can have an AI agent that will basically do a job of
fuck
entry
analyst.
level software
Yeah.
engineer, right? So a developer, and that's a reality. So in some scenarios, in some cases, yes, some jobs may be completely replaced by AI, but I think that the way that everyone should look at this is more around, okay, if this is going to happen, what do I need to do to upscale my skills? What do I need to do to continue to be relevant? Because as you said in the beginning, there was a huge resistance, and you're talking about cloud computing. I can go back all the way to the data type,
Oh yeah.
typewriter that
Oh yeah.
didn't want to use computers back in the day. It was like, no, I'm gonna do all my work as a typewriter, and I'm not gonna learn this computer thing. Well, that person definitely lost their
Lost.
job, but the ones that adequate, that adjust, that learn new things, they kept moving on. It was the same thing as you said with the cloud. Oh no, I'm going to stay on premise. I'm never going to the cloud. This fixed mindset is just not helpful. Regardless of the trend, you have to be open to learn new things and see this as an opportunity to learn new things and improve your skills, because there are things that is going to be really hard to replace, and that's where soft skills will play a big role, right? What's your critical thinking, your leadership skills? How can you differentiate yourself from a machine? And I think that the human factor plays a huge role here in this, because definitely there are things that we can offer much better than a machine can, right?
Exactly. And I think for that, you gave the key message that keep the trends up, learn. That's why I guess shows like that, books like we write, YouTube channels, or you know, those are great resources where people can learn, and we should be probably worried about unknowns, not something that we know. And yes, as you mentioned, some people definitely gonna lose their job, but if we learn and adapt, and this is what we do since Adam and Eve. We learn and adapt, and as humanity, we keep move forward, we advance, and hopefully with AI, the same thing is gonna happen. Yes, there is still a big learning curve. I'm pretty sure you watched Satya Nadella talking to Mark Zuckerberg. Microsoft has already up to 30%, for example, coding used by AI, But who writes the AI at the moment? Still human brains. There is still the master. We are the masters behind it, and I'm pretty sure we will definitely adapt and use AI on our benefits, hopefully. All right. The aim of this show is usually to give some tips, which we did already. So before I close off, would you like to add anything? Um,
Well,
and
as I said, I think that you stated really well about continue to evolve. I think that this should be the main message, at least for the overall cybersecurity professional that is watching the show, is really continue to evolve, continue to learn, and most importantly, instead of see AI as a threat for your job security, see it as an opportunity for you to gain new skills that will allow you to get bigger roles, will allow you to go to a different level in your job, right? That's one perspective. Now, from the decision maker perspective, make sure that before you adopt AI, you have the right security controls in place. You have data classification, super important, which is something that a lot of organizations are not doing so well. Is understand what is confidential, what is public information, where is the data is located, because you probably have data in storage accounts, in databases everywhere. So where the data is located, if you don't know how to prioritize your data security, then you have a big problem, because AI is going to learn across all the data sets in an
AI is going to
organization.
actually, as long as we allow it. If we allow everything, it's going to learn about everything.
Exactly. So you should definitely do a really good job when it comes to data security before you start onboarding and creating Gen AI applications.
Like in everything, scoping, right? And putting risk management into it. If we build security from, AI, perfect. All right, let's get Copilot. Yes, let's get it, but put the scope and define what you need to share and what you really don't need to share. And maybe you can have your own instance. But anyway, maybe this can be a different topic for us. Maybe we'll write our next books about this. But with this, I think, unless you want to add something else, we're coming to the
That's
end.
it. That's it, my friend. Congratulations for the show. Great stuff.
Thank you, Yuri. For the ones, I think everybody knows, you and I go back 10, 15 years. I lost count. Way before I worked on Microsoft, we were friends. Then I worked for Microsoft, we were friends. Then I left Microsoft. Now I'm an MVP again. We're still friends. And hopefully our friendship is going to continue regardless of where we work, because the community is small. We have to learn from each other. And that's the
Yeah.
only way we can be ahead of ATPs, ahead of threats, ahead of hackers. And that's one of the best things, for example, to learn about the AI threats. And thank you for joining my show. Thank you for being my friend. And I'm really looking forward to call you soon, Dr. Yuri, as well. For the ones that don't know, you should follow Yuri. I had to say that, Yuri, sorry. And with this,
Okay. Okay.
coming to the end. Thank you, Yuri.
Thank you, my friend. Take care.
And thank you very much for watching. Next week, we're going to have again a wonderful guest with us. I'm looking forward to see you all there. Bye-bye.